This is our champion, Michael Russnow, and his two new opponents. Today, he'll be trying for his second chance to win one of these 5 1972 Pontiacs. The 4-door Catalina hardtop, the Ventura 2-door coupe, the Le Mans 2-seater station wagon, the sporty Le Mans convertible, or the luxury Grand Prix sport hardtop. Today on Split Second. And now the host of our show, Tom Kennedy.
Hello there. Well, I hope you're all refreshed after a nice weekend. I had a beautiful weekend. Of course, I was playing golf down in Pensacola, so that's easy to take. But Mike Russnow, what kind of a weekend has he had? Can you imagine? Put yourself in his spot. You win a game on Friday, on Split Second, you have a chance for a car, it doesn't work. You know you're going to come back Monday, and if you have success again, you're going to have a 1 out of 4 chance. What was your weekend like, Mike?
Terrible.
Now, I want to tell you that if you win today, you'll have a 1 out of 4 chance. Plus, you will go today for not only a new car, but an $800 bonus. But, of course, you have to be successful, and you have to take on 2 new opponents, and we're going to meet them right now. Aren't we, Jack Clark?
We certainly are, Tom. First of all, a single lady and an executive secretary from St. Louis, Missouri, Pat Rao, and a systems engineer and father of 1 from Woodland Hills, California, Phil Rod.
Welcome, Pat. Phil. Tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to get right into our first round, and as you probably know, if you have 1 single answer, it's worth $25 to you. If 2 of you are right, you get $10 apiece. If all 3 of you are right, you get $5 apiece. Let's find out how we play this game. The first question goes like this. It's from radio. I'm going to give a line from the opening of an old radio show, and each of you give me one of the next 3 lines. Look, up in the sky. Michael.
It's a bird.
That's right. Phil.
It's a plane.
And Pat.
No, it's Superman.
You're right, all 3 of you. Yes, indeed. And you have $5 apiece. And now look at the board. It's a Pontiac. It's a Cadillac. It's a Buick. Pick one of these cars and tell me yes or no. Is it also a town in this... Phil?
Pontiac, yes.
That happens to be the right answer. Here's the rest of the question. Is it also a town in the state of Michigan? Michael?
Cadillac, yes.
Right. Pat, what do you think?
Buick, no.
You're right. Buick is in Colorado. How about that? We have 3 correct answers, $5 apiece. And here is, look at the board again here. Beetle, butterfly, and frog. Match each of these with the name it is called in its larval stage. Phil.
Frog, tadpole.
Right. Michael.
Butterfly, caterpillar.
Right. Pat.
Beetle.
Is?
I don't know.
It's called a grub.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. You had 2 correct answers. You don't fish that much, right?
Not at all.
2 correct answers, $10 for Michael and 10 for Phil, and they are tied for first place. Keep your eye on that board. We have another one here for you, and it reads as follows. D blank D, R blank Y, S blank E. Fill in the blanks to complete the names of 3 traditional birthstones. Phil.
D blank D, diamond.
Right. Pat.
R blank Y, ruby.
That's right. Michael.
Stone.
No, it's sapphire, S blank E. Diamonds for April, ruby is for July, sapphire is for September. Looking at the board, we still have a tie for first place between Michael and Phil. No, we don't. Phil's in the lead with $30, and we'll continue our first round right after this. To continue with round 1, and incidentally, you'll be interested in knowing that the Funkin' Wagnall is one of the sources used for questions on our show. And before we continue with this round, though, Michael, they tell me that you're a writer and you're working on a novel. What's the novel about?
Well, it's about my experiences in basic training in Port Ord.
Oh, I see. That should be interesting. And also your experiences on this show.
That's right.
Work that in.
Chapter 3.
Pat Rouch, you're from St. Louis, executive secretary, but what do you have a master's degree in what?
Yes, I do. In communications.
And you got that back in St. Louis?
No, I got it at Southern Illinois University in Illinois.
Uh-huh. Why didn't you go into television?
Oh, well, if you give me a job, I'd be glad to.
You're on it now. It may lead to something. Phil Rod, systems engineer. Everybody is from somewhere. Pat says she's from St. Louis, and Michael's from New York. You live in Woodland Hills. Where are you from, Phil?
Originally from New York, Tom.
Oh, you are?
That's
okay.
Right.
And tell me something about yourself.
Well, married, have a daughter, Allison. She's almost 2.
Yeah?
And she keeps me pretty busy, as a matter of fact. I didn't have too much time to do anything else except play with her.
Oh, I know. I have had a little experience in that field. You're currently our leader, Phil. You're with $30. We continue now with round one. This is on math. Excluding the number 1, each of you give me 2 different numbers which, when multiplied together, equal 24. Phil.
6 and 4.
Right. Pat.
3 and 8.
Right. Michael.
12 and 2.
You're all 3 right, $5 apiece. This is look at the board now. Harvey Lembeck and Harvey Korman and Harvey Wallbanger. This is a yes or no question. Pick one of these famous Harveys and tell me yes or no. Have you ever seen the name on the credits of a popular weekly TV show? Michael?
Harvey Lembeck, yes.
That's right, on Sergeant Bilko. Phil?
Harvey Wallbanger, no.
That is right. That is a drink made with vodka. It is. And Pat?
Harvey Korman, no.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Yes, he is a regular on the Carol Burnett show. So we have 2 correct answers, and that is $10 for Michael and 10 for Phil. And Phil is still our leader. Now I'm going to ask you to look at the board. Colorado, Vermont, and Oklahoma match the names of these states with the languages from which they came. Pat?
Vermont, French.
That's right. Phil?
Colorado, Spanish.
Right. And Michael?
Oklahoma, Indian.
You're all 3 right. And incidentally, Colorado is Spanish for red. Vermont is French for green mountains. Oklahoma is an Indian word for red man or red people. Yeah, all 3 had $5 apiece on that. Look at the board. Good grief. Shazam. Leaping lizards. Match these famous outcries with the comic strip. Phil.
Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Right, with the comic strip characters who utter them. Michael.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Right. Pat.
Leaping Lizards, Little Orphan Annie.
You're all 3 right. Yeah, $5 apiece. Why were you in doubt, Pat?
It was a guess.
It either had to be Little Orphan Annie or, well, it could have been Annie Rooney, huh? Possibly.
Possibly.
Okay. This is on scouting now. Give me the official uniform colors of the 3 levels in the Boy Scout program. Phil.
Cub Scout, blue.
Yeah, all I need is the color. That's good, though. Michael.
Boy Scout, brown.
No, sir. Pat.
Green.
For what? Oh, it doesn't make any difference. Green is right. But you happen to know what a green is for?
For the Eagle Scout?
No, the Explorer Scout. And the Boy Scouts, Michael, is khaki. We had 1 single answer on, 2 correct answers, did we not? We had blue and we had green. That's right. Blue from Phil and green from Pat, and that's $10 apiece. Khaki's Boy Scouts and green is Explorer Scout. Did Tom do everything right that time? Yeah. Good. Yeah. I get my tenderfoot thing then. Let's look at the board here. Wrote Misty and 1945 Child's Oscar and TV's Maverick are all clues to celebrities whose last names are Garner. Match each with the first name. Michael?
TV's Maverick, James.
Right. Oh, Pat and Phil couldn't come up with them. The gentleman who wrote Misty was Errol Garner. And the 1945 Child's Oscar was Peggy Ann Garner. 1 single answer gives you, Michael, $25, and it puts you in the lead by $5. Yes, indeed. Mr. Michael Russnow is our leader, and that's the end of our round, but we'll be back to double the stakes in round 2 right after this. We begin now with round 2. A single answer is worth $50. If 2 of you right, 25 apiece. All 3 of you right, $10 apiece. Mr. Michael Russnow, our current champ, is our leader with $70. Right behind with 65 is Mr. Phil Rod and Pat Rauch is in 3rd place. Here we go with mythology. Mercury, the messenger of the gods, went about his work with the aid of 3 pairs of wings. Tell me where the 3 pairs of wings were located, Phil.
On his heels.
That's right for one of them, Michael.
On his back.
That is wrong. Pat.
On his shoulders.
That is wrong. The other 2, 1 set of wings in his helmet and 1 set of wings in his caduceus, or staff. That's right. You probably didn't know that, but it's an educational show. The only way to fly. We have 1 correct answer, and that's for Phil Rod, and he got $50 there. All right. Settle down now. Look at the board there. Okay, Wien, Moskva, and Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Hold it. Jerusalem. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really... Wien, Moskva, and Jerusalem. Liam, that's a Rish Liam. These are the names of 3 world capitals in the language of their native lands. All right, Michael.
Russian.
You have to match them.
Moscow.
That is incorrect. That's the wrong answer, I should say. Here's the rest of the question now. Match each with its familiar English name. Pat, you're next.
Jerusalem is Jerusalem.
That is correct. Phil, we're waiting for you now on Wien or Moskva.
Moskva is Moscow.
That is right. And the third, Wien or Vienna. And we had 2 correct answers. It's $25 for Pat and $25 for Phil. And Phil is now our leader. Look at the board. The corn is green, clockwork orange, and the moon is blue. Pick one of those colorful films and tell me, was it based on a play or a book? Phil.
Clockwork Orange, yes.
You have to tell me play or book.
It's a book.
That is right. Michael.
The moon is blue, play.
That is right. Pat, you're next.
The corn is green, book.
No, ma'am, that's based on a play. So we had 2 answers, 25 for Phil, 25 for Michael. And now look at the board. It says there John Passos and Werner Braun and Barbara Geddes. Spell the name that is missing from them. All right, Pat.
Barbara Bell Geddes, B-E-L.
Yes, that is right. The middle of each of these famous names and match them up. And remember your spelling. Michael.
Werner Braun is V-O-N.
That is correct. Phil.
John Passos is D-O-S.
That is right. All 3 of you are right on that. $10 apiece. U.S. government now. There are 4 cabinet posts represented at the President's National Security Council meetings. Name 3 of these posts. All right, Pat.
Secretary of Defense.
That is right. And Michael?
Secretary of State.
That is right. And Phil? What do you think?
Attorney General.
Yes, sir. You're right. And the 4th one is Secretary of Treasury, Mr. Connolly. 3 correct answers, and that's $10 apiece. And now look at the board. Bonnet, boot, bumper. Match each of these English automotive terms with its American equivalent. Phil.
Bonnet is hood.
That is right. And Pat.
Boot is a...
Time is up. Michael, we're still waiting for boot or bumper.
Boot is the bumper.
Sorry. No, the boot is the trunk and the bumper is the fender. So we had 1 single answer on that, and that is $50 for Phil Rodd. Put you in the lead, Phil. And I'll look at the board. The board says this time Blairat, Noah Riot, and Abominat. Now, these are the scrambled names of 3 of Canada's provinces. Unscramble and match them, Phil.
Noah Riot is Toronto. Ontario.
Sorry, first answer is wrong. Michael?
Noah Riot is Ontario.
That is right. Pat?
Blairat is,
Or, time is up. Blairat is Alberta. And Abominat is Manitoba. And I want to remind you, Phil, that we take the first answer out of your mouth, and that was the wrong one. Michael, you got a single answer. $50 for you, Michael. All right, I understand. And Phil is still our leader. Michael is in 2nd place. And now look at the board. Peanut, walnut, and butternut. These are all well-known nuts. But tell me yes or no, which of them is also a kind of tree, Phil?
Walnut is a tree.
That is right. And Pat?
peanut is not.
That's correct. And Michael, what about?
Butternut is not.
No, it is. Yes, it is a tree. It's a white walnut. So we had 2 correct answers, and even though Pat's asterisk is not lit, she does have a correct answer. You get $25, Pat, and Phil, you get $25. Phil is still our leader. This is on songs. I'm going to sing the first line of a very popular song, and each of you sing one of the next 3 complete lines. Hello, Dolly. Pat.
Well, hello, Dolly.
Right. Michael.
It's so nice to have you back where you belong.
Right. Phil.
How are things, Dolly?
No, but it's fairly close. You're looking swell, Dolly. Okay. We had 2 correct answers, 25 for Pat and 25 for Michael. And Phil is still our leader. We have 1 minute left in this round. Look at the board. Jane Eyre, Shirley, and Wuthering Heights. Pick one and tell me if it was written by Charlotte or Emily Bronte. Pat.
Wuthering Heights is Emily Bronte.
Right. Michael.
Jane Eyre is Charlotte Bronte.
Right. Phil. Shirley.
And Shirley is Emily Bronte.
Sorry, it was Charlotte. So 2 answers on that one. 25 for Pat, 25 for Michael. Has Michael caught him yet? No, he hasn't. Look at the board. Albert, Disraeli, Edward VII. What specific connection had each of these with Queen Victoria, Pat?
Albert was her husband.
Right. Michael.
Edward VII was her son.
Right.
Disraeli was her prime minister.
You're all three right on that one. Very well done. $10 apiece. And time is up. Mr. Phil Rod with $270 is our leader going into our final countdown round. A good place to be, Phil. That countdown round comes up, and we'll find out who goes to the car right after this. Everything you've done is built to this moment. This is the round that determines who gets a chance for the car. Mr. Phil Rod, you're our leader at this point with $270. That means you only have to come up with 3 correct answers to win the game and have a chance for a new car. In number 2 place is Mr. Michael Russnow, our current champ, with $225. You have to come up with 4 correct answers. Pat in 3rd place, Pat Roush, with $175. 5 correct answers will win the game for you. Every time you give me a correct answer, you count down 1. The first one of you that counts down to 0 wins. Now, when you buzz in, you can give me 1, 2, or all 3 of the answers, but wait for me to declare you right before you continue. Good luck, all. Phil, you could do it on the first question. It's on the British Isles. London and Dublin are the capitals of 2 of the countries on the British Isles. Name the capitals of the other 3 countries. Michael.
Edinburgh, Scotland.
That is right. You may continue.
Belfast.
That is right, and you may continue.
Carthanon, Wales.
That is wrong. I'm waiting. Oh, Pat and Phil couldn't come up with Cardiff, the capital of Wales. But Michael Russnow, you counted down to 2. You are now in serious contention of going out. All you need is 2 answers. Phil, you need 3. Look at the board. Verdi, Puccini, and Menotti. Match each of these famous opera composers with his first name. Michael.
Verdi, Giovanni.
Wrong. Pat and Phil. Phil.
Menotti, Carlo.
That is wrong. Sorry, Pat. No. Phil, you were close on that. Menotti's first name is John Carlo, a hyphenated name, but it must be accurate, of course. Mr. Verdi's first name was Giuseppe. Mr. Puccini's first name was Giacomo. So, Michael still needs 2. Phil needs 3. Pat, you need 5, so you better dig in. This is on personalities. Give me the cabinet post and 2 presidencies held by Robert McNamara. Michael.
Secretary of Defense.
That is right. You may continue. 1 more and you've won.
John F. Kennedy.
That is wrong answer. And Phil, you are next.
Lyndon Johnson.
That is the wrong answer. I've already given you the question. I'm waiting for Pat. All right. I said, and 2 presidencies that he held. Mr. McNamara, you were talking about the president under which he served. No. Here are the 2 presidencies that McNamara has held. Currently, he is president of the World Bank. And he used to be president of the Ford Motor Company. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but I do think the question was accurately worded. Michael, all you need is 1 correct answer to win the game. Phil, you still need 3. Pat, you need 5. Look at the board. Tracy and Hepburn, Our Gang, The Winds of War. Match these current bestsellers with their authors. Michael.
Garson Kanin, Tracy and Hepburn.
You have won Our Gang. Was written by Philip Roth, and The Winds of War was written by Herman Wouk. We had to say goodbye to Pat Roush and to Phil Rod. Pat, you won $175. That's yours to keep. Phil Rod, you have won $270, and that is yours. And both of you, we have nice gifts for you. Right, Jack?
We certainly do, Tom. For each of them, we have Samsonite flea bags in sizes, styles, and shapes for today's young traveler. The latest colors and casual materials. Packing and carrying is a breeze with flea bags. Tom?
Pat and Phil, thank you again for playing split second. Hey, current champ Michael Russnow, you've not lost your kingdom here. Come on down here, if you will. You are a winner again today, and this is good news for you, because congratulations, first of all. Once again, we have 5 cars back here, but today, since it's your second win, you'll have a 1 out of 4 chance of driving out of here today. First of all, let's see which car is not in contention. It is the Le Mans station wagon, so you're going to choose from the Catalina, the Grand Prix, the Ventura, and the Le Mans convertible. Okay. What will his decision be? We'll find out in 1 minute. Hurry back. Michael's been getting a lot of suggestions from the audience, but you're the one who picks out of the 4 cars, Le Mans, Ventura, Grand Prix, or Catalina. Which one, Michael?
The Grand Prix.
All right, the Grand Prix now. Going for the new car plus $800. Here we go. Let's try it out.
Michael has selected a sleek Pontiac Grand Prix, a sporty, wide-track beauty, true Pontiac design integrity, tough, sensibly priced, built to last. Pontiac, a cut above.
All right, the Grand Prix you chose, so seat yourself, Mr. Russnow, and if you win, you got $800. You have the new car plus your winnings. Good luck, my friend. Try it. Sorry, Michael, that is not the one. Not today. Jack, which one was it, buddy?
Oh, with summer coming, he should have picked the convertible, Tom.
There it is. If you're successful again tomorrow, you'll have a 1 out of 3 chance to drive out of here. So we'll see you tomorrow, Michael.
Okay.
And we'll count on seeing you tomorrow, same time for Split Sec. Until then, Tom Kennedy saying, see you then. Take good care of yourself. Let's go over and take a look at that.
Partial Question is provided by the 25-volume Funk and Wagnall's new encyclopedia from the world-renowned publishers of Great Reference Works. The car that started today and the car that was blacked out were both selected entirely at random just prior to the beginning of today's program. If you'd like to be part of our studio audience and try out to be a contestant, write to Tickets, Split Second in care of ABC TV, 4151 Prospect Avenue, Hollywood, California, 90027. Second is a Stephen Haydas Monty Hall production. This is Jack Clark speaking.